Good morning. Welcome everybody to another morning workout talk. I'm a little bit stuffy, runny nose. Usually we look at those things as being sick, but ever since I've been, I would probably say about, no, I wouldn't even go back. I think it's further than that. I think my whole life I've been a natural, inquisitive person that's always seeking knowledge or seeking to know more, and not from a prideful perspective, just from a curious perspective. I always wanted to know how things worked, and especially when I started to kind of understand that the powers that be, mainstream media, governments, when I started to understand, going back to 9/11 when the Twin Towers fell, that's when my eyes were truly open. But even before then, I was always a skeptical kind of person. And so I've always questioned things. And being a person that questions things, you're going to inevitably fall into things that are considered to be rabbit holes. Because the world, generally speaking, on the surface, they don't give you the information that's true. They just give you the information they can use to control you. They give you just enough. They mix in a little bit of truth, mix in a little bit of lies. You concoct that into a recipe, and what you have is chaos and confusion. And so when I say that I'm a little bit stuffy, I don't want you guys to think that I'm sick, because we understand that that's not the way the system of the body works. The body goes through something called cell apoptosis. That's when your body's cells are regenerating itself. It's called cell death. It's actually a good thing. That's the way your body regenerates itself. Just like you shed skin, people shed hair, a snake sheds its skin. We have seasons where our body needs to go through cleansing. So it's not that I'm sick, it's just that my body is just clearing or detoxing itself and ridding itself of all the toxins that I have. The toxins that I inhale through the contaminated air that we all breathe, not just me, we all are breathing it in. The foods that we eat, and no matter how healthy I try to eat, we in this country, in this world rather, it's difficult to exist and eat a pristine diet, because even the vegetables and fruits that I get that are organic, the air is still contaminated. I can rinse it off, but it's not 100% perfect. Nothing is, not on this planet. But what we can do as people is that when we know more, we still have to do better. It doesn't mean that just because everything's not perfect, I'm going to just resort to eating KFC and Popeyes every day. That's not the logical route to take. So my body's cleansing itself, and I'm not weak. I'm thankful for that. It's just I'm just flowing out, and that's a good thing. The body's pushing out the toxins. So what you have on your body, you have something called excretory organs. Excretory organs, and these excretory organs are organs that excrete toxins. You say, what are those organs? Well, if you're a woman, it'll be your genitalia. If you're a man, it'll be your penis, because that's an excretory organ. When you pee, you are releasing toxins. Your anus is an excretory organ. When you use the restroom and you take the number 2, that's the way of your body releasing toxins. All right. Your eyes are an excretory organ, because sometimes when something gets in your eye and your eyes get watery, your body has a way of generating mucus, a slippery liquid to push out anything. It's like a lubricant. So that's why when you get something in your eye and you rub it, you kind of hear that wetness, because you want to get that thing out. So your ears also is an excretory organ, because sometimes people have things that are leaking out of their ears. Your mouth is an excretory organ. When people are sick, sometimes they vomit. All right. Your pores on your skin, your entire skin, your epidermis, is one huge excretory organ. You say, how is that? Well, your skin has pores. When you sweat, you are also releasing toxins. Okay. So my understanding of sickness has really helped me out, because whenever I feel a certain way, I'm not down like, oh, I'm sick. It's funny how strong the mind is, and how if we can take control of our minds, we essentially are taking control of our own emotions. Because I don't feel bad. I don't feel like anyone should feel sorry for me or anything like that. I was at work the other day. My coworker said, and I was blowing my nose. She was like, how you doing? I said, man, my body's cleansing itself. And she looked at me like, she didn't understand it, but I did that on purpose, because I knew she would not understand what I was talking about. Because no one ever thinks of, quote unquote, being sick as a means of the body cleansing itself. We have been taught by the mainstream matrix media that, when you have a runny nose, you got to go get something to stop it. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to stop the flow. The body is going through its regenerative process. It doesn't need you to insert in it a chemical to stop the process. What you're doing is actually making yourself sicker by retarding the process of cleansing, giving you the false perception that you are healed, where in actuality you still are sick. It's just that your body isn't showing the symptoms of pushing out those toxins, so therefore you're actually making yourself sicker. So it's just when you have information and you're able to kind of dissect the world and see it for what it is, and you start to see things for what they truly are, it really gives you a total different, perspective on how things are. And it also changes your mood as well. Because if I was ignorant of how health and virology works, I would be, I'm sick, when would this be over? But I don't have that mentality. I really don't. I feel good. Mentally I feel good. Physically, of course, it doesn't feel good to be blowing my nose and sounding kind of stuffy. I don't like that part about it, but I know that it's a good thing that my body is going through. Okay? We all know that when we all go to the restroom to use it, whether you're going to pee or whether you're going to do the number 2, you don't go in there saying, oh my God, I gotta pee, I'm sick. No, you're happy because you want to release that toxin. You want to release the urine. You want to release that stuff out of your body. Okay? You're happy to relieve yourself. Well, that's the same way I feel with my flowing. I'm happy to blow my nose. I'm happy to release the toxins. I don't have this woe is me mentality. Oh, I feel sick, and no, I don't have that. So rather than us always trying to stop symptoms, the only thing you should do is leave your body alone, get rest, drink a lot of fluid, because when you are at rest is when your body's doing the most work. You shouldn't be taking all these over-the-counter medicines. I would even call them medicines, over-the-counter toxins that claim to stop the process of your body healing. That eclipse that happened on April 8th, that's the new sign. That's the new age of the awakening, of the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment, ushering in a different age. And every time that happens, it's supposed to be like every 2,600 years, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think that's supposed to happen every 2,600 years. Is like a new age that's inserted into our reality. And people are starting to learn more. People are starting to wake up. And that's why, a while ago I had made that video and talked about how I believe that the younger generations are just smarter. We've been, especially the older generations, and I say we, I don't consider myself the older generation, but I'm just generally speaking, saying that the older generation, they've done a great job of putting down the youth, saying they're lazy, they don't do things the way it was, they don't know hard work, they don't know discipline. No, the youth are not. The youth are greater. They're better than us. They're gonna be better than us. They're gonna be better than us. They know the system is is BS. They know the system is. They know, they just can't articulate it. You know when you know something's wrong, but you can't really you can't even formulate words to actually describe what you're going through. You're in awe. The body knows when something's wrong. The mind, sometimes it takes the mind a while to catch up, because every organ of the body has its own cellular process and it has a brain. Your heart has a brain. Your intestines has a brain. Every major organ has its own brain. And sometimes the body collectively would know something's wrong. It's called intuitive thinking, intuitive sense. All right. A hypersensitivity of the human body to understand that there's something going on. Sometimes your brain, it takes a while for your brain to catch up. It does. We're so focused on here that sometimes the body knows that something's wrong. And I think that the youth, those that are 17 and younger, already 18 years old, 18 and younger, they know. They're not lazy. They're not dumb, because the education system is a joke. The youth are just truly reflecting the absurdities of the world. And just like a mirror, when you look in it, you see yourself in it. Well, the youth are just telling us how degenerate this world is. So degeneracy breeds degeneracy. So when you see youth and you see that they are more degenerate, it's just them giving us the sign of what's to come. And the Great Awakening is upon us. And people are going to wake up and they're going to understand that we are living a fat ass lie. A huge lie. You know? So yeah, understanding is key. And what you do with your mind is very important. It's very important. People say the body follows the mind, but I think that it's a two-way thing. I think sometimes the mind follows the body and the body follows the mind. It depends. It depends who's ahead. All right? It depends who's ahead. It depends who's leading the charge, so to speak. Yeah. I just pulled up here. It's about 4:49 a.m. right now. Today I'm going to be working chest. Yes, chest and triceps. I may do a little legs. Yeah. Raining pretty hard over here. Raining really, really hard this morning. It woke me up. Thunder. And all that. And none of this is natural either. The rain isn't natural. I want you guys to get into your heads that the world as we know it, or the world as we thought it was, it doesn't exist. Everything is controlled. The food is controlled. Information is controlled. Proxy wars are developed for ulterior motives, but we are lied to why these wars are being conducted. Is really based upon money and destroying other countries. The weather is modified. That's why we have these, radical shifts of heavy rain in one region and then massive drought in one region. There's no balance. The hydrologic cycle is just thrown off. And if you've been following my channel, I've been reading this book about geoengineering by Dane Wigington. Look into it. Look into those book studies that I do. Just inform yourself. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that it makes you better than anybody else. It's good to just know what's being done around you. You just sit and think that the government's going to take care of anything and Jesus is going to come save the day. That stuff is gone. People are waking up. That's not happening. You have to save yourself, folks. All right, thank you guys for listening. I'm going to start packing my stuff up in the car and getting ready. Another morning workout talk. And hopefully this cleansing process purges itself up. All right. I'll see you guys on Friday for another morning workout talk. All right, bye.